Hi everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make these really cute, pretty, oh so easy headbands. It's a great beginner's starter project. Also, it's a great scrap buster project. These are great for all ages, so let's get started. You will need the following supplies. You'll need one piece of fabric that is 4 inches by 12 inches, another piece of fabric that is 6 inches by 16.5 inches, a piece of 1-inch wide elastic that's anywhere from 8 to 10 inches long, and one large safety pin. On your 6 by 16-inch piece of fabric, place the back side of your fabric facing up. Fold the edges on your longest edges over 1/4 inch and press it all the way down to the end. Then fold it again 1/4 inch and press. Repeat and do the same steps on this side, folding the edge over 1/4 inch and then folding it over again 1/4 inch. After pressing, stitch along the inside folded edge all the way down on each side. After you have stitched the 2 side pieces down on your 6 inch by 16.5 inch piece of fabric, do a basting stitch along the edge here. When you're doing a machine basting stitch, make sure you have both your bobbin thread and your thread that goes through your needle have at least a 5-inch piece length of thread there. And go ahead and do your basting stitch about 1/4 inch away. After you have finished that, make sure that when you cut your thread, you have at least another 5 inches of thread at the other end. So do that on the opposite end also. Take one of the threads, pull on it, and gather this end up. And you're going to do that at both of your ends. Take your elastic piece, lay the back side of the fabric down on top of the elastic and overlap it by about 1/4 inch, and then just machine stitch across here. You don't need to back stitch a lot, just one little row of stitching, and it's just to temporarily hold it in place. On your 4 inch by 12 inch piece of fabric, fold each end over by 1/2 inch and then press and go to the other end and press it also. After pressing, fold it in half, bringing right sides together, and I would pin your edges along here and stitch 1/4 inch seam along this edge. This is the 4 by 12 inch piece, and after you've stitched this side, you're going to turn it front side out. If you have a tube turner, it's real easy to do, but all the tube turners so far that I've been using have not worked very well for me, and it's only because my right hand does not close. So a lot of the sewing tools, you need 2 good hands for it. So I'm going to try to show it the old-fashioned way, okay? Which fold the end over, alrighty? And just kind of push it through. Okay, once you get the end folded over, then you want to start pulling it through. And it's quicker if you have 2 hands, but for me it takes a while. So I hope you got the process, and just continue doing it until you have it all pulled through. After you have it all turned front side out, here's the seam side. So have it centered along one side, so the seam is going right down the middle, and then press it. Make sure the seam is facing up on this piece and the back side of the band is facing up on this other piece. Put your safety pin in at the opposite end of the elastic and insert it in. And you're going to feed this inside. So just keep gathering it up to get it to go through the tube. When you have this just inside the end here, then stop. Once you have that in just inside there, push it in about 1/4 of an inch past the end folded piece right here. Then stitch right along the edge there, and I would back stitch a couple of times because this is a stress area, and every time you pull it on and off your head, you're stressing those stitches out. After you have finished stitching this end, then continue pushing this out to the other side and pull it out. Take the safety pin off. Here is the band that goes along the back of your head. The seam side is up. On the band that goes around the front and sides of your head, have the back side facing up. Place the elastic on top and just do a temporary stitch along this edge. Overlap it by about 1/4 of an inch and stitch. Remember, it doesn't need to look pretty. Once you have it stitched, then insert it into the tube that's holding the elastic, and then stitch close to the edge all along here. When you're done, this is what it looks like along here. For more easy to sew beginners sewing projects, play this video until a green screen appears and then click on the links. If you like this video, please click on thumbs up and also click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then click on that red button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on that little bell and then enter your email address so that you'll receive future email notifications about my latest video. If you don't seem to be receiving those notifications, go to your cell phone, click on Settings, and set notifications in the on position. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. Thanks again for coming by. See you next time. Happy sewing!